Hey folks, so, and I fashioned out, I've got goldenrod in my hair, I have a goose feather in my hair, and I have a guinea feather in my hair. Now this is all for a reason, folks. Now, I just came across an article that a New Yorker wrote about her visit to Maine and how she portrayed Maine and its people. Okay? So, behind me is a hops bush, right? Hops vine. Most people make beer out of hops. I make beer out of hops. I also make tea out of goldenrod. Okay? And I have a pet goose and I have pet guineas, right? So, this woman visited Maine and had very little good to say about Maine. And again, she's from away. That's what we call people that come to Maine that do not live here. People from away. They think that they are going to bring their ways to Maine. It doesn't quite work that way, all right? So we're a bunch of hillbillies. We're a bunch of rednecks, right? We're all drinkers, apparently. We smell of alcohol, and our asses are fat. We love flannel, right? That's what she said. So, that's all right. That's all right. I am going to say something about that. Again, I grow my hops, right? Out of that hops, I make my beer. I don't drink much beer, folks, but I enjoy making it, and I enjoy having people try it, and I do drink it when it's a nice hot day out, or in the middle of the summer, or winter, or whenever I feel like having a homemade beer, I will drink it. Now, you think that's too small? I've got a bigger one. Look at that, huh? All bottled up nice and pretty. Yep, made from my own hops that I grow, right? I can make wine out of this. Makes good wine, makes good syrup, makes good tea, right? It's kind of pretty. Beer. Beer. Just because I make it in two different sizes does not mean I drink. And I drink a lot. And it does not mean that I'm alcoholic. It does not mean that I smell of beer, right? Hold on. I also make wine, folks, right? This is elderberry wine. Tastes awfully good. In redneck style, it is in a mason jar. Sealed up. Awful good for you. Awful pretty. And yummy to drink. Right? What else do I have on my shelf? I will show you. Hold on. Look at that, folks. Huh? Look at that. Now, if I don't drink much, why do I have this on my shelf? Well, I have this on my shelf so I can infuse herbs, berries, whatever I want, right? Make tinctures out of it, right? As you can see, that is about 4 years old, and it's about up to here. It doesn't take much to make tinctures, and this will never go bad. Doesn't need to be refrigerated. You open it, you make sure that cover is on tight, and you store it away, right? Just because I have it, and just because I buy it, does not mean I drink too much and I smell of alcohol. Okay? So, we may be backwoods, we may be rednecks, we may be country hicks, but I can tell you right now, we don't put up with bullshit. If you come to Maine to find everything wrong with Maine, you can just stay right away. Because there's one thing about us Mainers that you probably didn't figure out yet. One, we're really good people, folks. We have big hearts. Believe it or not, some of us have schooling. Right? We may live in the country. We may run homesteads. We may know how to grow our own food and not rely on the stores. We may raise our own pets, as in guinea, right? Now you would probably take that and pay a lot of money for that just to do a craft, right? Just to do a craft. We have pet guineas. We even have geese, folks. We do. We have geese, right? So we can raise our own meat so we don't have to rely on stores. We can be self-sufficient. Most of us know how to be self-sufficient. Most of us know how to survive in the cold. Most of us know how to survive in the heat. We can just about handle anything that is thrown our way. We also can hold our own with our mouth and our attitude. Okay? So if you come in here and you think that you're going to tell me anything that I do is not good enough for your New York skinny ass, alright, then you can just go right back home and you can wine and dine and have wine that somebody else brewed, right, all nice in a bottle, probably pretty expensive. You can have that fancy beer, right? You can eat goose for Christmas at a restaurant that somebody else raised, right? You can do that and spend a lot of money, but you're going to enjoy it, right? You can have guinea fowl to eat, which is very expensive if you go into a restaurant and you order guinea fowl to eat. Somebody else raised it, somebody else cooked it, and all you got to do is take your little dainty fork and eat it, right? And enjoy it. Well, us here, we know how to raise them. We know how to feed them. We know how to take care of them. We know how to butcher them. We know how to process them. We know how to can them up or throw them in the freezer. And we know how to eat that. And we know we are eating something that we raised and prepared ourselves. Okay? So the comment about flannel is in. Well, flannel is in. It is in. There's nothing wrong with flannel. Flannel is very warm, right? And if you don't consider that stylish, then don't buy flannel. Just don't buy flannel, all right? So some of the things that you said was spot on. 90% woods. Sparse population, right? We have our big cities. We have down east. We have up country. We have down country. And we have central Maine. We have all walks of life. We have the good people, the Christian people. We have the thieves. We have all kinds of crime up here. Drugs are a big issue, just like it is everywhere else. You can no longer trust your neighbor. Your handshake and your word is no longer valued. Right? Most of us will help anybody that is willing to help themselves or willing to learn. Okay? Most of us will do that. Most of us will smile, even though you look and sound like you are away. We are going to acknowledge you as a human and like somebody that's originally from here. We are going to welcome you until you start bashing our way of life and our livelihood. All right? So, Mainers are quick to laugh. Mainers are quick to give you a compliment. Mainers are also quick to set you in place. And you don't mess with country folks. You just don't mess with country folks. We can hold our own in here. With our flannel shirts, a goose in tow, and maybe a guinea fowl under our arm. We'll also have something else with us. Okay? So don't mess with us. You want to come to Maine, you come to Maine with open eyes, and you live here a while, and you'll see we're not all that bad. At first glance, we look like, we're not going around in stilettos. We are not going around with a face painted all up, probably. We are not going to get all dolled up just to go to the local store. Okay? We're just not going to do that. So, come here with open eyes. Not reasons to bash our way of life, because, I am going to post that article so y'all can read what this lovely woman from away thought of us Mainers and Maine itself. I am also going to post the comments that Mainers left. Yep, I'm going to do that. So, I'm not sure when this article was written. I should have paid attention. It could have been from 10 years ago. It could have been from yesterday. I do not know, folks. But I am going to post the article, and I'm going to post the comments that Mainers left. Alright? So, that's all I've got to say today, folks. I just don't get it. That's just a whole bunch of negativity that didn't need to be out there. It wasn't funny whatsoever. The article was not funny. I think it was meant to be funny, maybe. I don't know. I think it was pretty critical. You didn't give the state or its people enough of your time. So if you come to the state of Maine, don't judge, folks. Don't judge. You don't know. You don't know if you only spend a couple hours, a couple of days. You don't know. So that's all I've got to say. Homemade beer. You can't get it this good anywhere, in my opinion. And it was homegrown, folks. From my hops into a jar up on my shelf and in my belly on a hot day, or in the middle of winter when there's a blizzard outside. Alright? Don't judge. Don't judge, folks.